Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. All right. It's so nice to be here with you this morning. Welcome to Kitsap Unitarian Universalist Fellowship. Whoever you are, wherever you've come from, for this hour we here are one gathered congregation, and all are welcome. Please rise in body or spirit in joining in singing our musical call to worship, Shall We Gather at the River? This is hymn number 1046 in the teal hymnal, but you can just look at the screens because that's where the words will be. I love it. Y'all have spirit. Can I get an amen? Amen. Thank you. There we go. I say y'all have spirit, and it's like, I'm like, really? Come on. My name is Brian Watson, and I use he, him pronouns. I wear glasses. Just shaved my head the other day, so I have almost no hair on my head. And today I am wearing a corduroy green and purple plaid shirt that has a special significance. I'm also wearing a whistle. Anybody here know why? I hope everyone in this room knows why this is important, and I hope all of you go out and get yourself a whistle and wear it always to defend our neighbors and our friends and each other. Our guest speaker this morning is Reverend Jennifer Alviar. who comes to us from Seattle. Reverend Jennifer is a Unitarian Universalist minister who designs rituals for healing and renewal in sacred and civic spaces. Her calling is to bring more intentionality to daily life by uplifting the simple, ordinary moments in the natural world with an eye toward beauty, wonder, and awe. Thank you for being here this morning, Reverend Jennifer. If you are visiting here with us this morning, please feel free to participate however you feel comfortable. If you're here in person, we have fidgets, we have a rocking chair, which is being occupied today with a mother and baby. Wonderful. We have a rocking chair, and we have assistive listening systems. If you need a sensory break from the sanctuary, the Elmore room is right outside these doors. You can go in there where you can watch our service being live streamed. If you need an assistive listening device, just raise your hand and one of our ushers will bring you one. Everyone is also invited to stay and meet each other, meet people, during our coffee hour after service. Many members of our congregation attend online. Hello out there, we love you. If you are visiting online today, feel free to introduce yourselves in the chat. I'd like to draw your attention. Can somebody give me an order of service, please? Thank you. I forgot my prop. I'd like to call your attention to the insert in your order of service. This has information about activities that are going on at our church this week. Today, after the service, there is a social justice committee meeting at 11:45. We are also having a new to KUUF conversation at 11:45. Where's that going to be, by the way? Elmore room. Okay, that would be good to put in this. And we also have an earthquake response and fire evacuation emergency training at 11:45. That will be here in the sanctuary. And you're welcome to attend any of those that are of interest to you. More announcements about Kitsap Unitarian Universalist Fellowship activities are available in our weekly email newsletter, The Candle. You can sign up for The Candle on our website or in the foyer at the greeters table. Let's now take a moment to silence any electronic devices that you don't need to be monitoring for the next hour. And please join me in taking a few centering breaths. We acknowledge that the land on which we gather is the Aboriginal territory of the Suquamish people. Expert fishermen, canoe builders, and basket weavers, the Suquamish live in harmony with the lands and waterways along Washington's Central Salish Sea, as they have for thousands of years. Here, the Suquamish live and protect the land and waters of their ancestors for future generations, as promised by the Point Elliott Treaty of 1855.
Good morning and welcome. Thank you. So glad to be here. I am Reverend Jennifer Alviar. My pronouns are she, her. And today is going to be an interactive, dynamic time, and I'll explain a little bit more. Right now, blonde hair, glasses, a patterned blue stole over a teal blazer. Today, in honor of Reverend Martin Luther King Jr., I wish to bless our hands as an act of love, service, resistance, and resilience. Good timing for that, right? I think we need a bit of that. In this spirit, please join me in a call and response prayer, which is on the screen. Yeah, I can't see it from my end. Yes? Okay, beautiful. Okay, so the opening words are a prayer of blessing the works of our hands by Diane New, and is a shared reading. Blessed be the works of your hands, O Holy One. Blessed be these hands that have nurtured creativity. Blessed be these hands that have embraced with passion. Blessed be these hands that have planted new seeds. Blessed be these hands that have cleaned, washed, mopped, and scrubbed. Blessed be these hands that have reached out and been received. Blessed be the works of your hands, O Holy One. Amen. Blessed be.
I'd like to welcome Paul Wilson to come up and light our chalice. Paul has been a member of KUUF for 28 years, and during that time has served on the board and many committees, including the Welcoming Committee and currently the Building and Grounds Committee. Wherever you look in our buildings, you might not know it, but you'll see evidence that Paul has been caring for it. This is true. Yes. Join me now in lighting our chalice. If you have your own chalice or candle at home, please light it as I read our chalice lighting words written by the Reverend Dr. Howard Thurman. Open unto me light for my darkness. Open unto me courage for my fear. Open unto me hope for my despair. Open unto me peace for my turmoil. Please join me in our spoken affirmation. The words will appear on the screen. We gather as a caring community, seeking life's deeper meanings. We value diversity and affirm the worth of all living things. We strive to speak truth in love, to act for justice, to grow in spirit, and to care for the earth. We celebrate with open hearts and minds the creative power that sustains and transforms us. Please rise in body or in spirit to join in singing hymn number 1002, Comfort Me, in our teal hymnal. The words will also appear on the screens.
For those who are following along in the book, know that we are going to be skipping number 3. We're going to be singing verses 1, 2, 4, and 5. Comfort me, comfort me. Comfort me, oh my soul. me, comfort me, comfort me, oh my soul. Comfort me, comfort me, comfort me, oh my soul.
My name is Liz Roberts. I use she, her pronouns. I'm in my 50s. I have dark hair. I wear glasses. And this morning, I'm wearing a black skirt covered with very colorful cats that has personal significance for me. I'm glad that this morning I get to read a story to you. Today, we're celebrating Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. He was a man who taught the world to stand up for justice with love and with courage. But Dr. King wasn't the only one who practiced resistance and worked to make our world fairer. Many others came before him and helped build the path he walked. People like Fanny Barrier Williams, who is one of our Unitarian ancestors. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about her, and I'm really excited to share who she was. Her life can remind us what it means to live our UU value of justice and its call to dismantle racism and all forms of systemic oppression. Now remember, I'm telling you a story, so you have to use your imaginations if you're going to see the pictures. So let's hear her story. More than 150 years ago, before cars and airplanes, when people traveled by train and women wore long skirts and hats, there was a little girl named Fanny Barrier. She lived in New York State with her parents, her brother George, and her sister Ella. Fanny's family went to school, did chores, played in the snow, and went to church on Sundays, just like many families do today. Her dad was a deacon, her mom taught Bible school, and Fanny played the piano, and she loved to paint. In many ways, her life was ordinary and happy, but there was one thing that made it very different. Back then, many people wrongly believed that some people were better than others. Men better than women, white people better than black people, and Fanny Farmer was a black girl. When she grew up, Fanny wanted to study music. She wanted to study art. But when she went to Boston, classmates told her, "We don't want you here. She's dark, so she doesn't belong here. If she stays, we're leaving." And so the school asked her to leave. Then she went to Washington, D.C. to study painting. But there, she had to sit in the room behind a screen so that no one could see her. "If the other students know you're here," her teacher warned, "they'll make you go." Over and over again, Fanny was told she didn't belong, not because of who she was inside, but because of the color of her skin. It wasn't fair, it was racism, and Fanny knew it was wrong. When Fanny was older and living in Chicago, some women invited her to join a club, but others in the club said, "No, if she stays, we're leaving." They argued about it in this club for more than a year. Finally, they voted to let Fanny in, but when she joined, those other women left. Now, Fanny didn't like that. It hurts when people won't let you belong. It hurts when people don't want you around. Some days Fanny felt angry about it, and some days she just felt sad. But most days, Fanny had no time to feel angry or sad because she was too busy making groups of her own. Fanny knew how much it hurt to be left out, and she knew it would be a lot easier and a lot more fun to get things done together with others than by yourself. She and her husband, the lawyer S. Lang Williams, joined the All Souls Unitarian Church in Chicago. There, they helped to start a hospital where everyone was welcome, no matter the color of their skin. And they created a group to study music and art. They helped open a home for girls and created a community center where people of all colors could live side by side. Fanny worked for women's right to vote and helped found the NAACP, which was one of the most important civil rights organizations in our country. Side note, we recently gave our collection plate 1 month to our Bremerton chapter of that same organization. So it continues today in 2026. Now, Fanny didn't live to see everything she dreamed of come true. But because Fanny resisted, Fanny taught, Fanny built, and she most of all believed the world grew fairer step by step. She showed what it means to practice justice and not just wish for it. One of the things I love about this story is how it reminds me that while Dr. King carried the torch in the fight for racism, people like Fanny Barrier-Williams helped light that torch, and they helped to pave the way. And now it might be our turn. Actually, it is our turn. It's your turn. It's my turn to carry that light forward. Every time we speak up, every time we bear witness to, every time we help change something that is unfair, we are practicing resistance, and we are helping to live out our UU value of justice. So in the days and weeks and months ahead, may we all, and there will be many opportunities. If you miss one, it's okay. Another will come along. I hope all of us, young and older alike, find ways that are subtle and not so subtle to resist oppression and racism and to help make the beloved community that Fanny Barrier-Williams dreamed of a reality for all living things.
Thank you, Liz. As a religious community, together we can do the work of many. By sharing in the sacred act of giving, we transform gratitude into generosity towards our mission. One way that our mission inspires us to act on our shared UU values is to share our weekly offering with a local nonprofit agency providing services within our larger community. Our charitable giving recipient for the month of January is Peninsula Community Health Services, which offers many healthcare services to people in our community. If you would like your offering to go to this month's charitable giving recipient, Peninsula Community Health Services, please use the envelope from inside your order of service. If you need an envelope, please raise your hand and the ushers will bring you one. If you would like your offering to go directly to Kitsap UU Fellowship, just put it directly in the basket. Instructions on other ways to make your gift, including a QR code, will be on the screen. Let there be an offering to strengthen and sustain our beloved community with a gift of music from our music coordinator, Brian Kenny, playing Dream of the Forgotten Child by David Lance. Thank you, Brian. Now is a sacred time in our worship service. It's the part that I often look forward to the most. I'm sure many of you do too. Sorry? We're singing the kids out. Please rise in body or spirit to join me in singing to our children. May you go with joy will appear on the screens. The truth is that we all depend on one another. And that's one reason I love this community. Now is the time in our service for the sharing of joys and sorrows. We are grateful for our caring committee who reach out to anyone who requests contact when they submit a joy or a sorrow. When shared together, our joys are amplified and our sorrows are lessened. We have a joy from Chris Browning and Rowan Braybrook. They say, my sister Allison finally got engaged to her long-term boyfriend. Congratulations, Allison. Regina May says that her joy is my new secret garden I'm making with my new friend Jean. Ooh, do tell. Look forward to hearing more about that. This one is from Wesley Vega. Wesley says that I work in supported employment as a consultant, and his client Jay, a highly experienced data analyst, has not been able to land a new role in more than a year. If he can't find new work, he will be homeless by March. Wesley is asking, is Wesley here? I didn't see Wesley. Wesley, we're with you. If you're watching from home, we will reach out to you next week. Wesley requests that we all, if you have any lead, any referral, any advice, to please get in contact with Wesley. Talk to him, get his contact info directly or from the caring committee. Wesley thanks all of us for our help, our generosity, and our caring hearts as we think about Jay. We have an anonymous joy. I started a new job/career. Yeah. A joy from Kate Vikstrom, who says, I am so honored to have a painting accepted into the Holocaust Center for Humanity's upcoming exhibit in Seattle, Art is Resistance. The museum is an amazing display of personal stories, history, and unforgettable images. Thank you, Kate, and may we all make a point of getting over there. Thank you. Yeah. From Karina Gronval. Karina, are you here? Welcome. Karina says, I am new to KUUF. I came here hoping to find a community of like-minded, kind humans who are aware of the world's problems but have not lost their faith. Last Sunday, the choir sang We Shall Overcome lean on me, and I knew I was home. It brought tears to my eyes for all the right reasons. Thank you. We're glad you're here. My wife, Liz, and I have a sorrow. Liz's mother, Deanna, passed away this past Tuesday. Words are not enough to say how I am feeling. And we light one last candle for those joys and sorrows that are still too tender to share.
Please join me in a moment of prayer or intention. Spirit of life and love, our hearts are overflowing with lamentation and longing. In the circle of care and compassion, we hold those who have shared their joys with us. For each shared joy is a form of nourishment for all of us. In this circle of care and compassion, we faithfully witness those who have shared their sorrows with us. For each shared sorrow touches our hearts, and we accept the call to lighten the burden with our friends. Please remain seated as we sing hymn 123, Spirit of Life, in our hymnal. The words will appear on your screen. Our reading today comes from Bobby Lefebvre. He is an American poet and performer and cultural worker. He was the Poet Laureate of Colorado from 2019 to 2023. Lefebvre was also the state's youngest and first Poet Laureate of color. I'd like to share with you an excerpt from his exquisite poem titled An Exercise in Ritual. We gather here together in this sacred circle like we always have, here around this fire that has always burned, the same fire that lives in our bellies and makes an inferno of our hearts. This spirit we summon, this beauty we conjure, this inventiveness we invoke. Come and meet us at this place where ritual is given a body, where ceremony is given a face, and where our existence transfigures into a song we warble in unison. For he who sharpens his imagination is a visionary. She who gives shape to intuition is a prophet. They who hone mortality beseech the immortal. Look at what we're building together. We, the masons of reimagining, the architects of metamorphosis, the repositories of our collective consciousness. Blessed be the makers. Now join me in a moment of reflection, followed by a post-reflection music, There is a Love, written by Dr. Rebecca Parker, Reverend Dr. Rebecca Parker. Beautiful. Thank you so much. I would like to begin with a story that exemplifies the meaning of ritual in the most human, relatable way possible. This story is told by Elizabeth Gilbert. Some years ago, I was stuck on a crosstown bus in New York City during rush hour. Traffic was barely moving. The bus was filled with cold, tired people who were irritated with one another and with the world itself. Two men barked at each other about a shove that might or might not have been intentional. A pregnant woman got onto the bus. No one gave her a seat. Rage was in the air. No mercy would be found here. But as the bus approached 7th Avenue, the driver got on the intercom. "Folks," he said, "I know you've had a rough day, and you are frustrated. I can't do anything about the weather or traffic, but here is what I can do. As each one of you gets off the bus, I will reach out my hand to you. As you walk by, drop your troubles into the palm of my hand, okay? Don't take your problems home tonight to your families. Just leave them with me. My route goes right by the Hudson River. And when I drive by there later, I will open the window and throw your troubles into the water." It was as if a spell had lifted. Everyone burst out laughing. Faces gleamed with surprised delight. People who had been pretending for the past hour to not notice each other's existence were suddenly grinning at each other and saying things like, "Is this guy serious?" Oh, he was serious. At the next stop, just as promised, the driver reached out his hand, palm up, and waited. One by one, all the exiting commuters placed their hand just above miming the gesture of dropping something into the palm of his hand. Some people laughed as they did this. Some teared up, but every one of them did it. The driver repeated the same lovely ritual at the next stop and the next, all the way to the river. In my vocation as an interfaith minister ordained within our Unitarian Universalist tradition, I recognize that the word ritual means very different things to different people. That is what I love about this story. It distills the power of imagination into a simple human touch. The bus driver was not a magician peddling potions, tonics, or elixirs to cure human pain. Nor was he a high priest or a guru offering sage advice through ancient sacred scrolls. No. The sheer magic and miracle of this ritual lay in one precious gift. The gift of bringing both intention and attention to a difficult moment. To meet people where they are with presence and compassion. To extend his own hand as a peace offering. An invitation for people to humbly surrender, let go, and release their troubles in the hands of another who understood the pain of the world. He couldn't fix it or cure it, but he did what he could within his own small sphere of influence. As a bus driver, he transported people. He carried them from one destination to the next. But he did so much more than that. He served as a vehicle and conduit for transformation. He transformed a crowd of angry passengers into a community of people with a shared vision and destination: the Hudson River, a destination for release, a place where people could imagine themselves exiting the bus feeling just a little lighter and freer than before. This is the power of ritual and renewal. Yes? Amen?
Amen.
Today, we find ourselves in a difficult moment. As a guest minister, I have the honor and privilege to travel to many of our UU congregations across the Pacific Northwest. I have heard the cries of congregants seeking to ritualize the pain of the world through candlelight vigils and marches demanding justice. I have listened to the heartfelt bittersweetness of people's joys and sorrows. And I share the collective ache and longing to experience greater solace, peace, and healing in troubled times. For me, the word bittersweet offers a sensory, embodied feeling on a soul level. Author Susan Cain, a wise soul herself, expresses it eloquently in her book, Bittersweet: How Sorrow and Longing Make Us Whole. She writes, "I've concluded that bittersweetness is an authentic and elevating response to the problem of being alive in a deeply flawed yet stubbornly beautiful world. Most of all, bittersweetness shows us how to respond to pain by acknowledging it and attempting to turn it into art, the way that musicians do, or healing or innovation or anything else that nourishes the soul. If we don't transform our sorrows and longings, we can end up inflicting them on others via abuse, domination, and neglect. But if we realize that all humans know or will know loss and suffering, we can turn towards each other. This is community. This is why we are here. So, the question is this: how might we, as a faith community at Kitsap Unitarian Universalist Fellowship, turn towards each other to engage in a spiritual practice of ritual and renewal? How might we hold the creative tension of life's bittersweetness and transform it into a creative offering, an art form for healing, integration, and wholeness? Here, today, now. Let's try this, shall we? Together we will co-create an earth mandala, and this is a symbol of unity, a symbol of peace, a sensory embodied reminder that we are part of a vast shared ecosystem of the human and more than human world. A beautiful ecosystem, alive and with dynamic rhythms, seasons, and cycles of life. Here's how Robin Wall Kimmer, a Potawatomi scientist and author, described it with the vitality of our living world in her book, The Service Berry. All flourishing is mutual, reciprocal, abundant. With the spirit of mutual flourishing, I invite each of you to come forward and add to this earth mandala. When you first entered the sanctuary, you were invited by the ushers to select a nature element from the baskets to be used during this portion of the service in this sermon. And if you did not get a chance to select a nature element, please raise your hand. Ushers can bring a basket to you. And please know that your participation is invitational and optional, and to know that some of you may want to remain seated, and that is fine. You can just bless your nature element, and the ushers will take the nature element, and place it on the altar with your blessing. And others may wish to participate directly, and in that case, please follow the ushers who will guide you in how to proceed. But before we proceed to this altar for this collective art offering, I'd like to set the tone for our collective contemplative time together. So please join me in singing hymn 402, From You I Receive. These simple lyrics, thank you so much for leading this. These simple lyrics express the essence of who we are as Unitarian Universalists. A people of faith, engaging in an artistic, grace-filled, spiritual practice of ritual and renewal, grounded in reciprocity of the natural world and our bodies and community with others. So thank you. Please, let's join. From You I Receive. We'll do this.
From you
V, thank you so much for everyone in your own ways to participate in this collective Earth Mandala and Peace Mandala. And now that we have been very sensory embodied, we have sung, we have moved our bodies, we've connected our bodies with the earth and nature, and I'd like to close with a prayer, a poem that is, it's actually, this is what I used when I was ordained about 20 years ago. This is the Let Us Create a Prayer Together, not knowing 20 years later what a circle really means collectively over so many years. And I'd like to have you join me in this call and response. This is by Let Us Create a Prayer Together by L. Ann Forrester, and it begins like this. Let us create a prayer together. At the center of the gathered community dwells the holy. We are the prayer, each and all. One by one, we come to this place, whole and broken, commencing and concluding, laughing and weeping. And soul by soul, the prayer begins. Spirit of life and love. Two by two, we greet one another, smiling, nodding, speaking, embracing, and in relationship, the prayer continues. Spirit of life and love, where we meet is a sacred space. Moment by moment, the circle builds, pulsing like 400 heartbeats. We fill the circle with our breath. We inspire. The circle fills us with wealth. We are inspirited. The prayer rises on our very breathing together. Spirit of life and love, where we meet is a sacred space, and we are inspired by one another's presence. The circle will not, cannot go on forever, yet this circle will never die. What each of us finds here is what we are not. It makes us whole. It gives us the strength to go out into the world beyond this holy community, beyond this sacred space, to begin yet another prayer. Let us pray. Spirit of life and love, where we meet is a sacred space, and we are inspired by one another's presence. At the center of the gathered community dwells the holy. We are the prayer, each and all. We are the prayer, each and all. Amen. Beautiful. In closing, I'd like to share this benediction. May each and every one of us be blessed. Bless our human hands, our human hearts, and may the spiritual practice of ritual and renewal that all of you did so beautifully together strengthen us in holding the bittersweetness of life in all its beauty and pain. Help us remember that we do possess agency in illuminating the world within our own small sphere of influence. May our simple creative offerings provide a moment of grace, and may it give us strength to carry on, one person at a time, one act at a time, all the way to the river. May it be so. Amen, ashe, and blessed be. And now, please join us in our closing hymn, 1007, in our teal hymnal, There's a River Flowing in Our Soul.
Flowing in my soul.
much. Beautiful. Praise be, yes. So now that music, and I invite you to coffee hour. And after the service, join us for tea and treats in the foyer. You are welcome to bring your refreshments back into the sanctuary for a quieter place to connect with others. You're also welcome to take photos from the mandala, that co-creation of our congregation. And we'd like to ask you to raise your hand now if you if you're a newcomer and willing. We'd like to ask you to raise your hand so the greeter can invite you to coffee hour if anyone is new here. You got welcome. Yes, please join us. And at 11:45, there will be a safety training in the sanctuary for everyone to learn about our safety protocols, particularly for evacuation for the building in case of fire or earthquake or other emergencies. Feel free to join us. So for our closing words and chalice extinguishing, I invite you to say, may you be blessed. And may you bless the world and go in peace, go in joy, go in love.